Caveman, this is the only reason I brought you onto this show. I want the inside scoop on what's going on with Polemos. So I'm hoping you got some good stuff for us. Any updates you have, anything that Polemos has planned, especially if it's tied to Illuvium. And most people watching this right now are probably into Illuvium pretty deeply, but just in general for other projects, lending systems, something I've always been into that I know Polemos is working on, and community stuff, education stuff, because I know you're putting out a lot of content. Anything you got for us?
Yeah, I mean, so our main purpose, our main vision is to provide a renting and leasing platform to really make mass adoption more accessible, especially if alluvials, if any gaming token gets too expensive, that would make a barrier to enter. And having a way to just rent, very affordably, whether that's a big whale in the ecosystem just has thousands of alluvials and wants to just put it somewhere, make some passive income off of it, they can come to our platform, stake their assets, and then they're just making passive yield while some, poor like 18-year-old kid who just wants to play this game can buy it for, a very affordable price or rent it, sorry. And then they can come into the ecosystem, play the game, maybe go into arena, challenge, Viper for that number one spot, and, play around with it the way that, you can. And so that's our main vision. And so we're planning on adding, that's where our dev team is fully driven right now. They're really pushing that. They're working directly with Illuvium to get that done as soon as they can. And hopefully that, aligns right with open beta launch, but we'll see when that comes out. I don't have any timelines to provide there, but on my side, what I'm also trying to do is help give them direction on how that user experience should be. What are some of the other additional features that would be beneficial, whether that's for guilds or groups of players, bundles, stuff like that. I don't know what that could look like, and that's stuff. Well, I have ideas. I don't know how it will look like, but I'm suggesting things to the dev team all the time, and we're making sure that this will be the place to go, and everyone will hopefully have a Polemos wallet to just kind of connect to the ecosystem. And if you just need that one alluvial, you come to us, grab it, and that can help you get to the next stage of whatever you're trying to accomplish. So that's the main goal. I don't know if you guys have any questions on just that side of our
Yeah,
platform.
I do have one quick question for it. So, anyone who's been watching this for a while knows I pretty much started in GameFi with Axie Infinity. I did the whole scholarship thing, and like you mentioned, like the whole idea of a kid maybe 18 years old doesn't have a ton of money, wants to be competitive. That's kind of like what I saw with people in different regions of the world where they might not
Mm-hmm.
have enough money to afford these assets, but you can help them, get a chance to compete and earn something in these games. But a lot of that had to deal with more of like a split of the returns. Like I would lend it
Mm-hmm.
to somebody for free and we would split the returns. So meaning that those people didn't need to have any money. It sounded like what you said for the renting, obviously you might have to pay a small amount to get access to some of these things. But is there something in the works, or is it already there where you can actually like lend the assets and then split the returns?
There is a potential. I don't know how it's set up, but those are the kind of ideas that we want to make sure that we're hearing from the community. And if you got ideas, feel free to reach out to me directly or comment on this video. I'll definitely be checking the comments here. We want to make sure that we're making it accessible to everyone. That is our goal. We want to boost mass adoption as much as we can, and that coincides with our content plan and our development here. It's just none of us are going to make a substantial living unless we can convince traditional gamers that this is the better experience. This is where gaming is going, and I think that we're all here because we believe that. Having this more, I consider a more immersive experience by having all these assets on chain and actually having ownership over them. That's what I find valuable. And I think that once people start realizing that, that's when big traditional gaming companies will come in and start creating games for us. Yeah, I mean, I can also talk about our content and education. I know you mentioned
Yeah.
that too. So if you didn't know, we've actually been out of the Web3 space for probably about the last 9 months before I started covering Illuvium again. And that's because we made 3 separate channels covering Web2 gaming, specifically action. We have a Polemos action channel, Polemos RPG, and then Polemos news. And so like we had Boulder's Gate, 8, Dragon's Dogma 2, just all kinds of different games over the last 9 months, trying to connect with a Web 2 audience. And so we've done really well there. I think we have over 8,000 subscribers across all 3 of those channels. We have, I think, close to 6 million views. All 3 channels reached partner in less than 6 months. And we feel that we actually made a loyal base, and we understand what those gamers were needing and wanting. And what we're going to do next, our next phase, and this is where I need you guys' help, I need everyone's help in Web3, is I'm going to drop the most clickbaity video I've done. And it's going to be, I have deceived you. And then it's going to be, hey, this is the real purpose of our channel. We wanted to show you that we're a real gamer. We're real gamers, but we're going to show you this new thing, and it's Web3 gaming.
I was just thinking that. What a sneaky way to grab them and then just pull them in, right?
Yeah. And so obviously we're probably going to get the most hate NFT comments possible. We're probably going to lose half our subscribers right off the back. But there's going to be half that are going to be like, hey, you know what? I'm interested. I want to hear what you guys are saying. I've seen you be a real gamer covering real content. I'm going to be open-minded. And then if we can get some of our Web3 community to come in there, help rally the support, that engagement boost in the comments section could skyrocket that video in each channel. And hopefully, we get a big, semi-viral video that can start expanding. And maybe then we can recuperate a lot of those subscribers I'm about to lose. So that's the overall strategy and what we're trying to do. Once again, everything is about building mass adoption, getting players in the ecosystem. And thanks for letting me share all that.
I want to build on top of that, because there's going to be a lot of moments like what Caveman just said, where there's these exodus moments where Web 2 gamers are exposed heavily to Web 3. Don't be mean. Like, yes, they're going to be extremely rude, ignorant, all of that. Do not be mean. Be as nice as possible and explain as much as you can to these people, because they have been absolutely brainwashed. It's almost not even their fault, right? So, and if you're just really mean to them and rude, they're going to want to hate NFTs because of you. So I know, as someone who gets really frustrated at people who hate Web3, just be nice. There's nothing good comes from like arguing with people in the comments, or talking down on people for not knowing this or that, or acting like you're more intelligent than the other person. Just be nice to these people. There's going to be a lot of I only say that because not just this video, there's going to be so many moments like this. So just be aware of how you treat random strangers online, because it actually makes a difference. They could also be schizo and find you and kill you. That's something that could happen too.
Good too. Good. But if you haven't noticed, the last segment here says Web 2 gamers.
Oh, and maybe I spoke early. Sorry.
No, well, because I knew it was gonna flow there, and it just did it naturally.